Evil Dead is back.
Hail to the king, baby.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to What Do You Think? It's me, Amir. Me, Omid.
And Owen.
How's it going, guys? And today we are reviewing Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, it's the new reboot. It's the reboot in the Evil Dead franchise. We got two big Evil Dead fans here, and yeah, go into the movie. Owen. Go and describe us the movie. What is this new take on the Evil Dead franchise?
So we're going back to the Evil Dead. I feel like at its core, we're really just looking at a family in this apartment building that's going to be broken down.
Trapped in one location.
Yeah, it's in one location. Are we getting no spoilers? But just know, somehow the book ends up with this family. Somehow
someone always reads the
someone
incantation.
always reads it or listens to it, and then shit happens. People get possessed, and it's just
shit hits the fan.
And blood,
shit hits the fan,
and it's beautiful. It is amazing.
Yeah. So we all saw this together at AMC Pointed Hills. We had like
the
12,
movie. The movie.
Yeah.
There's a part of the movie where they talk about an earthquake that happened on the Pointed Hills Fault.
Yeah.
The entire theater was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and all just looked at each other like, "Oh my god, they're talking about us." Yeah. So we had 15 people in the party watching Evil Dead Rise, and I gotta say the opening was, I think, a really strong opening.
Oh, that title card.
Yeah. Everyone loves that title card.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
It was a great way to open it. And this is directed by Lee Cronin. I believe this is 10 years. Because Evil Dead, the remake was 2013, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, so it's been 10 years since we got an Evil Dead movie. We had the TV show Ash vs. Evil Dead, which is my personal favorite. I loved it. And it took us 10 years to get another movie. I want to ask Owen, what are your thoughts after watching it? A new Evil Dead picture. He has the Army of Darkness shirt, if you guys can't see. He loves Evil Dead.
After watching this movie, it was very satisfying. I loved it. I felt like I was watching... You know, I don't want to, not to get into any spoilers, but it was just a great horror film, and everything about it just felt like an Evil Dead movie. Like, you know it when you see it, and the way that it was shot, the way that the kills were happening.
The tracking of the demon.
POV. The POV shots, exactly.
Yeah.
All the blood.
Yeah.
I love that Evil Dead hasn't always been like super gory, but it's been very bloody. There's always a lot of blood in the movies. There was a ton of blood in this.
I thought this was like the most blood and gore I've seen like in a horror movie in like a long time. Because like Scream 6 was nowhere near this bloody. X and Pro I've seen. Like this was, I thought, like if you're looking for blood and guts, this movie's got it.
Yeah.
And they said these like 1,700 gallons of blood in this movie.
Damn. Lots of blood.
And I think you said it best yesterday after we walked out of the theater. You were like, Sam Raimi probably envisioned like Evil Dead 1 to kind of be like this, but now it's like, oh, there's a really great like craft behind the camera,
technology,
that can execute his vision the first time he did it. And I saw an interview with him today where he was talking about like comparing this to his Evil Dead. He's like,
it's a new interview.
It was a new interview, and he was talking like, musical notes. He's like, I see a little bit of my musical notes in this, but I just see someone who's like really super talented with the camera and like two amazing actresses like do an even better job than I would have ever done with Evil Dead. I'm like, damn, this guy's so humble, and he loved it. And I was like, damn, love him.
I wanted to talk about that. He said the actresses that really led this movie. I think that was the biggest surprise for me in this movie. Was every person that was all the actors in this movie came to fucking play.
They're all great.
The baby girl, the child, she was one of the best. Like the mom, the aunt, everyone was just so good. Danny, I think it was Bridget.
Yeah.
Was it Beth? I think Beth and
Ellie,
and then Ellie was the mother. Every character in this movie was just mind blowing. How everyone was
because you only get 5 characters, and they really, it's like, especially for there being children actors, like you would expect them to be the weaker part of the movie, but actually they're almost the core of this movie.
I think so.
And it's a really great kind of story about like, not only families but like mothers, and it's just an amazing time. And like you said, there's a lot of great horror in this, and I think there's one amazing sequence, if you've seen the movie, through the looking glass of the door in the hallway. Yeah. That scene is like perfection.
Open up now. Yeah, really good.
She's good.
And that's what I was telling too, because I asked Owen's little brother. He's at what? 11? 10. So I was asking Owen, I was like, is your brother coming with us? And he's like, no, this movie's going to give him nightmares. And when I was watching this movie, I was like, the way that the mom just looked, it was terrifying. And I was like...
And she didn't have to do anything other than smile.
Yeah. It was just
very much like a Joker smile.
I was like, man, this movie, they really did bring it with like the makeup. It looked all so scary that it was like, even to me, I was like, man, shit, I wouldn't bring a kid to watch this movie.
Did you guys have any faults with the movie, or maybe some things that you wish were improved upon? Though?
Go ahead.
I had some faults with the movie. I think it was a very well-crafted movie, well-acted movie. Cinematography was there. All that was there, but my biggest problem was I think the story was paper thin. I think all that you really get to know is they open the book, shit happens, and they try to stop it, and that's
Try to survive. And save their family.
And that's the most story you're gonna get. And I think with the development of the characters, I think aside from maybe the aunt, I would say most of the characters are a bit of one-dimensional because since it all takes place in such a short period of time, I feel like they don't give you enough time for these characters to develop and change so much.
Which I would argue against.
Yeah.
I think Beth does have a great arc.
Is that the aunt?
That's the Aunt Beth.
I would argue no one else other than her has an arc.
Yeah, because she's the main character. The other characters are there not only for the horror, but like, characters are gonna die.
Yeah.
And
they're there to support our final lead, our
final
girl.
Yeah,
our final
girl. Yeah.
Exactly.
That was great. Exactly.
Yeah.
Are we getting into spoilers, or are we gonna?
I think we can go finish the review non-spoiler because there is a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Because also there's a cameo I need to tell you about that I think we missed.
What cameo?
I noticed it. I looked it up.
Yeah, so I saw
The voice.
Yeah, voice.
Yeah.
I want
the
to talk.
voice.
Oh, I don't want to spoil anything if they haven't seen it yet. So we'll save that.
We'll finish this quick. We'll finish this quick.
Yeah. So those were some of my gripes with the movie. I think just I wanted a more complex story. Because I would argue that there was no peaks and valleys, and I know Amir just.
I would argue against it. The story structure.
I think the story it suits it for what it is. You're in such a super confined area.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally with this one family, or I'm sorry, two families, and the other neighbor.
Yeah.
And I think it's very beneficial that it's super super simple. We get straight to the point where it's just this family trying to survive.
I agree.
Because also I haven't seen the other Evil Deads. I've only played the video game, and I know of the lore of the Necronomicon and Ash Williams, and for me watching this movie, Amir said it ties almost to Evil Dead 2, where I was like, man, these zombies are fucking unstoppable. Like how the fuck do you
there's
stop
a line at the end
this?
of Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
We're like, how do you stop these things?
And I was telling
him,
they're so OP, but Amir said that's just those are the rules. The Deadites are just so strong.
Yeah.
So
I think if you're an Evil Dead fan, I think there's gonna be a lot for you to like. That's referential to Evil Dead, but also a lot of new stuff, and I think
treading new territory.
It really does. I think it really does.
I love how they integrated like newer technology when it comes to the book and listening to it and the way.
Oh yeah, that was a great way to do the incantation.
I love that part.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a spoiler, but they use one of the kids is a DJ.
Yeah.
So they use their DJ equipment to play, and it's really cool because it's like reverbed at first, or it's slowed down, so they have to play it at a certain speed to get it going.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. And also, I just love the bird's eye view shot of the disc itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shots in the movie are beautiful. Like
cinematography is there.
Because the gripes I'm having was like, it's just the story. But I think everything else in this movie is firing at all cylinders. Like when you see the budget for this is only $15 million, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It was supposed to go to HBO Max originally.
Yeah.
Which I'm very happy that they released it in theaters because this movie already made its money back.
For sure.
It makes me wish I saw Prey in theaters because I think Prey was a really big scale movie and a return to form for the Predator franchise. That it would have been cool to see that in theaters.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But I guess to kind of close this review out. Amir and Owen, do you guys want to maybe rank these amongst the other Evil Dead movies and the show?
Yeah, because we were actually talking about this before you got here, and I think there's like a lot of Evil Dead fans, and I think it probably tells a lot about the person what their favorite Evil Dead project is. Yeah, I think we're all probably gonna have different ones.
There's so much to Evil Dead where there's so many different tones that they go through in different movies.
Yeah,
like it goes from a super dark horror movie, and then it kind of.
A little more campy,
comedy, and then you get Army of Darkness, which is just a whole cheese fest.
It's like it's almost its own franchise within a franchise. Yeah, they all play
there's a lot of different factions.
Yeah,
and I think after watching this, my favorite Evil Dead project is probably still Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Well, how about favorite movie?
Favorite movie, I think. I like Evil Dead 2 a little bit more just because it's a bit funnier, and also that one's just so classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I know I like that one more than Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness is fun, but like you said, it's a little cheesy for me. But
so Evil Dead 2 is the first.
I think it's Evil Dead 2, and then after that, I'm going to have to go Evil Dead Rise.
Okay.
And I really liked it. And then
Evil Dead.
Third will be Army of Darkness.
Okay, so Evil Dead 1, maybe.
Evil Dead 1 is good, but it's like when you have Evil Dead 2, it's like it just doesn't compare.
Evil Dead 2 is essentially like a remake.
Yeah, it's the same movie. It's literally the same movie.
Yeah.
So for me, do I need to watch Evil Dead 1 or just
I think you would, because
you kind of have to.
Yeah, you have to, and also it kind of develops Ash a little bit more too, as you see like where he starts off.
Okay. Yeah, you see what character they planned him to be as, and to what he turned into.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like you see what like the Necronomicon does to Ash.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a normal person in the first movie.
Cool. And Owen, go ahead. How do you rank the Evil Dead movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's obvious.
Yeah. For me, Army of Darkness is number one because that's the movie that I grew up watching first, and I think there's more of a nostalgia factor for that. Although I do know that it's a very different movie from the rest of the Evil Dead movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'd go Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, and then probably Rise. And I'll go Evil Dead and then the remake.
I like the remake.
You didn't rank the remake either.
Yeah, probably I'll put the remake and then Evil Dead 1. Because I think the remake is actually very good. Like
remake is
after watching
bad.
this, after watching this, it makes me rewatch the remake because the main character in that movie, like, this is not really a spoiler, but the person that gets possessed in the first movie is the main character.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. So
Ash gets possessed in the first.
Ash is not in the first, the remake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the remake, I forgot what the girl's name was.
Ash is in the remake though.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I know that.
Yeah.
You're saying in the
remake, the main character is the one that's possessed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's something I was gonna ask. Oh, so for the Evil Dead 2013 remake, does it not feel like Friday the 13th or like Freddy?
No. The remake is good. The remake is great.
It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I was telling everyone when I was watching this movie, I do want more horror movie remakes. I'm like, where's Freddy been? And I think since Robert Englund is synonymous with Freddy Krueger, maybe it's a bit harder to reboot the franchise because without him, a lot of people might not come back for it. Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't say I like these big gaps that we have between Evil Dead movies because you want more, but every single Evil Dead movie you can tell
it's
distinct and you can tell kind of what time it was filmed at. Like it just feels so much like if you watch the 2013 Evil Dead movie, it feels like it's gonna be like an early 2000s or 2010 movie. The way that they were remaking Jason and Freddy, you know, and then of course Evil Dead 2 feels like the super 80s.
Yeah. Cool. So those are their ranking of the Evil Dead franchises, and I would say for me for this movie. I'm gonna give this movie I think a B. I do want to watch it again.
You brought it up from yesterday.
I said it was a C, right?
C minus.
I said it was
or a D.
No,
I
didn't. I didn't. I gave Suzume a D. But no, for this movie I think just on the craft itself it was a B, and I told him I had the problems with the story. Maybe I just wish I liked it more. But I'm happy to watch it again. To maybe some of the problems I had, maybe they would fade away on the second viewing.
Yeah,
but I would say
we definitely need to see it again.
Yeah, I definitely think there's just so much there.
As a product.
And it's only 90 minutes. It did feel longer to me than 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was 96.
Like 96.
Yeah.
I think it could have been like a couple minutes shorter, like 10 minutes shorter or so.
Yeah.
Did that have been shorter?
I think it could have been a little bit shorter because it did feel a little long.
I thought when I was watching it, I thought it was 2 hours. I thought it was 2 hours.
I legit thought it was 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it did slow down a little bit, but I think the ending is amazing.
Yeah.
And what they do with like the final boss is something that we've never seen in Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like perfect nightmare fuel for Evil Dead. And that's why with my final score, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I think this is a great movie. I think it's definitely worth watching in theaters. Because like you said, you want to see everyone's reactions. Because there's going to be people that like yell and that'll kind of scare you. That'll be like your jump scare kind of thing.
There was a lot.
It's definitely worth watching with
the
cheese grater.
Yeah.
Remember, you told me about the cheese grater before I saw it like months ago, and I was like, "What are you talking about, cheese grater?" You're like, then I won't say anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and final score.
I would give this 2 thumbs up, 4.5 out of 5, and A and a 9 out of 10.
There you go. The whole rankings. Any ranking. He gave you the whole conversion system for it. So he loved the movie. We all enjoyed the movie. I think it's a great product. If you are curious of seeing it, I say go ahead and watch it in theaters.
You don't need to see the other Evil Dead movies to enjoy it.
I don't think you have
to. Great horror movie.
Yeah, and it's just a great like a family at the core of it, which I really love.
Great characters. Again, the aunt was a great character. And
100%.
Yeah.
It's a great time in the theaters because I think we're seeing now almost like a resurgence of horror movies because I feel like with Scream and then with this, just so many good horror movies coming out of it. If you're tired of superhero movies, go ahead and give Evil Dead Rise a check. I think you will love it. You'll like it a lot.
You will love it.
Yeah.
And I guess are we ready to go into spoilers now?
Yeah. Let's go and do this discussion.
So this is gonna be our just a quick warning, a spoiler warning before. We're gonna be heading into spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie, recommend you go watch it. Or if you don't care about spoilers, feel free to stay. But let's go ahead and give them 3, 2, 1. All right, Owen, what do you want to talk about for spoilers?
I want to know why you didn't. Okay, let's go back to what you're talking about.
The cameo. We go to the cameo.
So
what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, so this is really cool. So
the voice.
When you hear Danny playing the record, right, and you hear the priest talking about like, this is one of the 3 items.
Yeah,
and he says, this is the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead.
Yeah.
You hear another voice voiced by Bruce Campbell. He says, "Don't play with this. It's called the Book of the Dead. You shouldn't be doing this."
Are you serious?
And the director said he saw that as the time-skipped version of Ash.
So
Bruce
Campbell,
Ash
Army of
Williams.
Darkness?
Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how he saw it. So I didn't recognize Bruce Campbell's voice in the movie, but
Well, now we gotta watch it again.
He's credited in the movie, and Lee Cronin said, "Oh, he saw that as the past version."
That's awesome.
Of Ash Williams.
That's awesome.
So if that's the
So that means Army of Darkness probably took place in the same
20s,
universe.
in the 20s.
In the same universe.
Okay.
No, it's like the 1800s, 1700s probably.
Well,
Army of Darkness,
if there's no
that's where
record,
it's a little confusing.
no, the record itself was 1923.
1920s, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess it's
Maybe Ash went back in time again. He fucked up, and then he went back to the future.
Oh, Evil Dead's like 1800s.
Yeah,
Army of Darkness is
like
like knights in shining armor and
Yeah.
shit.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
So there you go.
in
So
our
in
head
this-
canon, it's still Ash.
Yeah, that's how he saw it too. So I'm like, damn, that means there's a possibility for the sequel to have Ash.
See,
So we have to tear the Band-Aid off. Ash Williams is not in this movie though.
Yeah.
Aside from the recording.
Aside from because they don't say it's like Ash Williams. Like you do not see Bruce Campbell in this movie, and that was unfortunate.
I don't know about you guys, but I was waiting for him the entire
Same.
movie. I had to go
Yeah.
pee really bad at the end, and I was like, oh my god, if I get up and miss Ash, I'm gonna kill myself.
He went during the climax.
What the hell are you doing?
He was
He did.
drinking too much, and I see him run downstairs. I lean over and I was like, "Is he leaving?" He's like, "He has to go back." Like, what the fuck?
I
It's
know.
the end.
Literally, like the last 5 minutes, I had to go pee so bad. I was just pissing my
I see
seat.
him just sprinting. I was like, "Fucking
I
run!"
peed, didn't touch anything,
Yeah.
came back and washed my hands.
Yeah. So.
He's not in the movie, but I think it's still great. But like you said, it does sting a little bit at the end. But once you kind of sit with it, it's fine. He's not in it.
Mhm.
I think it doesn't
I
hurt.
think that we
I
have
think
so
he'll be in
much
the next
Ash
one.
already.
Because I think he will be in the next one if they do it.
I don't know. I think it's just. 'Cause I'm pretty sure
Ash
he
brings
said.
a whole new tone to the movie. You
And-
can't have this tone with Ash anymore.
can't.
And he also almost will take all the attention in a way.
Yeah, he's
So it won't
the center isn't whatever character is there or whatever Deadites. It's Ash.
Yeah, it's like.
But if this
we're
movie makes
next.
money, they can do like a Halloween, where even if you bring Bruce Campbell, it doesn't have to be super comedic.
Mhm.
It can just be a more grounded, like a serious version.
But do people want that? Do people want?
I think they're gonna eat it regardless.
Yeah,
You got-
we want
Yeah.
Bruce
You're gonna eat it out of his
We want
palm.
Bruce
Yeah.
Campbell. Yeah.
Yeah, I do
But-
hope he comes back.
Because I know he might have said like it was after Ash vs. Evil Dead was canceled, and like someone asked him recently, like, "Oh, are we ever gonna get a new season of Ash vs. Evil Dead?"
No one watched
He's like,
it.
No, he's like, I'm just too old. I don't think anyone wants to see that.
Oh,
But he
really?
essentially
We
said
want to
something.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to see it, but I think he said something along the lines like, "Oh, I'm just too old to."
I thought he was saying that it was.
He's down for like I think cartoons or like to do it voice acting wise.
Okay.
But I think he said he's just too old.
I mean, he could still do a cameo.
Yeah.
She could still show up for like one day to shoot. That shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, just give us a
That's
chainsaw.
all we
hand.
really
Yeah,
want.
just a cameo.
All we
Just
had to do
to
is see
make
him with a chainsaw, and this movie would have been like 9 out of 10 out of 10.
S tier,
It would
yeah.
have broken the
Yeah.
records.
Or he could even be an employee at S-Mart. Like, it doesn't even have to be, like, Ash as the hero. He can just be a small cameo.
Yeah, he
I would take
still
that.
works at S-Mart.
Yeah.
So we went over Ash. What was this reveal that you said was never been done at the end of this?
Oh,
movie?
yeah. So, what I thought was really cool is when they showed them going through the pages of Necronomicon, they had a lot of foreshadowing of, like, kind of the events that were going to happen with the new possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And one that really I thought was amazing was the idea when Ellie, the mom, got, like, her limbs shot off. And, like, she called her children, who were also possessed. It's
Was
like,
it on
oh,
their earrings?
become a part of me.
Mhm.
And they were, like, ripping out her innards, and they become a giant fused
That was
abomination.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
And that was great. It's like they had 6 arms, like 5 legs.
3 fucking heads.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
They were
really,
gross.
really
That
cool.
was,
It was gross.
Great,
It was really
Deadite
gross.
monster at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
fucking gross. I know Amir said that the mom was still pretty as a zombie, right? That's what you were.
I didn't
kinda
say
saying.
that. You said she was disgusting, like she wasn't that disgusting.
Okay.
Before, I'm not
The
saying...
Cronenberg is that's too far.
That's too far.
Oh,
But even then, the actress is very pretty, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You put him on the spot.
No, it's like people were saying, "Oh, I was like a Navi sexual." Maybe he's like.
Whoa! When did we get into the Avatar?
No, I'm saying it's like the dead.
I'm not like
He's
you.
a Deadite
We're different.
sexual?
We're different.
Deadite
We're
sexual?
different. No.
He's
No.
into Deadite.
That's what I'm saying. But
He
was
didn't
it-
like her before, but once she got possessed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That gets me going.
But yeah, anything else we want to talk about in this discussion? I think the ending was a great fight. We saw the was it Beth, right?
Beth.
Yeah.
Beth,
You keep
You
forgetting.
say that every time.
Yeah, you keep...
Yeah, she had the
It's Beth,
chainsaw.
Beth.
Yeah, when she used the chainsaw, that was really bad.
I don't understand how you don't think there's like these great character development when she like you don't
She
have to
becomes
have
a mom.
multiple characters within this movie to have this weird like these long extraneous development. Beth had it all on her own.
But I think
Yeah.
she wasn't
She
a
comes
bad
there
mom.
to be saved by her sister, right?
Yeah.
She comes there because she needs her help.
Yeah.
And now she has to do everything on her own and
That was
save her
good.
kids.
No, that was good because I know Amir was saying that she learned how to be a mom and because
Because she didn't want to be
She
a
learned how
mom.
to be a mom and to fend for herself.
Yeah.
She said it herself. She comes back to her sister every time she needs help.
That's true, but they didn't show her be like a bad with kids or a bad mom.
I'm pretty
She
sure-
got
I'm
there,
pretty sure
she
Beth
brought
said-
gifts. She brought gifts for everybody. She was good with the children. I feel like they showed her be like a piece of shit aunt, and then
I don't think it needs to be that. I don't think it needs to be that drastic.
She wasn't responsible enough.
Yeah, the whole thing, she just didn't want it. It's not like she couldn't do it, because if she couldn't do it, then she wouldn't be able to have the arc in the first place. But it's always just like, oh, I don't want to be a mom. I have this life. She was on the road with the music, the band.
Mm-hmm. The groupie.
And-
well, was
Exactly.
she actually a groupie? Or was, I thought she was a musician. Is she
No,
actually?
I don't
the
think she was.
technician.
I don't think she was.
Oh,
a
so she
groupie.
actually
She actually. That's why she was able to fix the DJ
Yeah.
Oh,
equipment.
yeah,
She's an
so
actual
she
technician.
is skilled.
Yes.
Yeah.
She even she
Yeah.
kept saying that. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm not a groupie.
So you actually thought she was a groupie?
No, I knew she was skilled. I knew she was a musician, but to say that she couldn't like be a mom, I feel like that was.
She didn't want to
she
be a
was-
mom. It's not she couldn't be a mom. There's a
That
difference.
she didn't want. I don't know.
There is a difference.
Okay, well, then, do you guys think there was a lot of development for the other kids?
You don't need
They
that.
they
you
didn't
don't need
have an
that.
arc. The whole thing is you just see them go through the trial and tribulations of trying to save their family, and some of them
So
don't survive.
So here's my question to
great.
you guys. So I was telling Amir this, that I thought the movie didn't have peaks and valleys because there essentially once the mom dies and gets possessed, she's fighting the family, right?
Yeah.
Once they fight the family, they throw her outside. Then the mom kills all the neighbors and she's scratching at the door. And this is like maybe 20 minutes of them killing all these people. And then the next person that gets possessed is the other daughter. And then the daughter kills the child. And to me, I was like, it was just constant action. Since it was always at like turned at level 9, and there was never a level 1.
There
to
was
make
there,
a difference.
I think you're
between
forgetting the
1 and
movie.
9.
It's like you're forgetting the gap. So once the mom
The
got
gap is
kidnapped,
like 2
right?
minutes.
They're like, we have to go back to the book. We have to find out how to stop this.
But then-
that scene
but
where
then
they're-
the daughter-
where she's listening
Exactly.
to
There's
it
still
again.
tension.
But then the
there.
daughter started bleeding, and then she was
Well, that's
crawling.
not action. That's just her slowly
Yeah.
turning into a deadite.
and that's
Well, she was-
tragic.
She was vomiting. Like, what are you talking? That
When
that
she was
her
bleeding
That's
through her
an
nose.
action. That's
Yes!
an action scene.
Yes.
God.
She was vomiting. She was transforming. You also
It
had
was slow though, so it's like I don't
That
know. I
wasn't
don't know
like
what you want.
Like a high paced, like heart
I think
pumping kind of scene.
Do you not feel bad for her?
I did feel bad for her.
You
But
didn't
it's
give
like,
a shit.
no, I'm saying the idea was I think it was mainly just like since it all took place in one night within maybe 4 hours, I felt like just not enough happened. Like it took two like them having to deal with her just scratching at the door and trying to break in. That to me felt so long.
So, you telling me like so
It's,
movies
like,
have
boring.
To,
It's, like-
movies have to be prolonged between like long periods of
no,
time.
I'm saying
You
I feel
can't
like not
have a
much.
movie-
I feel like not much happened, and what was happening, it took so long for those scenes to finish.
I don't
I don't
agree.
agree.
I don't agree.
Yeah,
I
so-
think, I don't know. Cause I know you haven't seen any Evil Dead movies, so
So,
I don't know.
I've
No,
seen-
that's not discrediting.
I've seen
No, no, no,
the
no,
other
no,
horror-
don't, don't.
No.
I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen Friday the 13th.
I understand. No, what I'm saying is, I think probably you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. You probably wanted it to be a little more methodical, like with Friday the 13th or with Nightmare on Elm Street, right? So they'll fight Freddy, and then he'll be gone for 20 minutes, and like, okay,
They're pushing, yeah. And
exactly. So it's like, and Freddy's not there.
Yeah.
So like, all right, now they're back to school, and they're trying to convince their parents, oh, Freddy's back. They're not going to listen to them, and then
Yeah.
they have that. You wanted more time to breathe, but I think
Yes.
for this kind of movie, you want it to be like at breakneck speed. You're trapped in this room because if she's for there to be like the pauses in action with like Nightmare on Elm Street, it just wouldn't make any sense because the threat is always there,
Mhm.
and that's what makes it
Yeah.
that's what makes it terrifying. Is you have the threat on the outside and the inside.
Yeah, there's always something
Yeah.
happening in that movie, which I liked that it was
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
they were always in danger. There was no
yeah,
time to
it
breathe.
was never
Because
boring.
I'm not saying the
they didn't
movie's
have any
bad.
time to breathe.
Yeah, I'm not saying the movie's
Even
bad.
when she was trying to figure out how to fix things, these kids were dying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When she
and that was
came
great
into the
too.
room.
Since she had the headphones on,
couldn't hear
you
anything.
just
That was
see
good.
Ellie coming through the
Vents.
vents. Like that was
good.
great. That was
good.
really smart.
That was good. Cause I remember I liked the death scene with the Stephanie.
Oh, Stephanie.
That was really
good. That was
Stephanie
awesome.
was a great.
That was
character.
really cool. I thought that was a good kill. And then when she came back, I was like, man, I guess it's just I don't know the rules that they literally are
It's not-
unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
but
got
even
fucking
then,
impaled through the head and she got back up.
that's like with Freddy. If you kill him in the dream, he doesn't die. You had to bring
Yeah,
him in
but
the real
there's
world.
Why do
Freddy's
you need
only one
specific
person.
rules?
No, I guess it's like
They're not zombies. They're
yeah,
deadites.
they're stronger.
They're deadites.
They're like the,
Yeah,
the
I
demons.
understand they're demons and deadites. I guess it feels like there was only 2 demons and they were so unstoppable.
There was like 3.
There were at the end. There was like 8.
Yeah, cause
yeah.
Well, how did they stop? How did they stop the guy with the eyeball? He only just said dead by dawn. Right?
First off, Deadites aren't also like we have to kill this woman and our days
because
over.
They're still good. Yeah, exactly.
They're
sassy too.
Yeah,
they're sassy.
They're literally just demons who have possessed a person and
just to fuck shit up.
Yeah, they're having fun.
Yeah, so they're just fucking shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy you guys liked it. I just.
I think on a rewatch, I think you'll enjoy it more.
I really do think.
I do want to watch it again
because I think at least from the craft alone,
I agree.
I think that supports the movie, and it is great. Even if it's not like super much, it's not like Evil Dead. It's not gonna be super funny, not super comedic.
Did it feel too dark?
No.
I wanted it to be funnier, but
no, not too dark tone wise.
Oh,
like it was like hard to see sometimes.
Oh no, I thought it was.
I can see it sometimes.
Right?
Sometimes I thought there was. Because I thought there was times where it was kind of hard to tell who was who at times.
And it was hard for me to hear them sometimes at that.
Yeah.
And this is a movie where I was like, I really need subtitles.
I agree.
Subtitles for sure.
Like even especially with the recording, I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
I really couldn't hear what they were saying.
But
I was like, since I just know Evil Dead, I'm like, alright, I'm just waiting for the incantation.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun. I do want to watch it again, so because you're probably watching it tonight.
Yeah.
And you're probably gonna watch it a few other times. So one of the other times you watch, I'll be happy to go with
One of these times we have to watch it. We have to pay to watch it. We
Yeah.
have A-list.
Yeah.
But we don't know if that supports the movie.
Yeah.
We want to support it.
I agree. But anything else you guys want to talk about for this discussion? I think it was a fun movie. I think it was a very well made movie. Yeah. If you're an Evil Dead fan, I'm sure you're gonna love it. Everyone's loving it.
I think this is a great time at the theater. We went into a couple of spoilers. We don't want to spoil everything, but I think it is really great. It's super fun. Try to watch it in theaters if you can. Support it this weekend, and I think we gave our scores. We liked the movie. Hopefully you guys liked it if you saw it.
Yeah, you better watch it.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, let us know what you're expecting and what is your favorite Evil Dead project, your favorite title. I like Evil Dead. After Evil Dead, hopefully we can get a season 4.
I like the Evil Dead video game.
Or just watch Army of Darkness.
That's
just watch Army of Darkness.
Yeah. And that's going to be it for us, guys. It's been me, Amir.
It's me, Omid.
Owen.
Have a good one, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.